Hello, far and awares. Alright, something a little different for you here today. Join me as I take a spin around Ireland's capital, Dublin. So join me. Let's see what we can see. Gonna stop here and take a look at this unusual structure here in Churchtown, Dublin. This is what's known as the Bottle Tower. Which is an interesting local landmark. Dates back to 1740, thereabouts. And there's another smaller one at the back there, if you can see it. That one used to be a pigeon house. But this one was actually residential, believe it or not. The lower portion may have been a barn. But the upper floors had fireplaces and seemingly had people living in them. It was built at a time of famine in Ireland to provide work, employment for some of the local people. Sorry about the roadworks in the background. So the famine that people generally refer to that happened here in Ireland was from the 1840s through, I think, 1851. But 100 years before that, in 1740, there was another famine here and killed, they say, up to 20% of the population. An enormous tragedy, of course. And I guess local landowners were looking for ways and opportunities to provide some help and support for their local communities, and this unusual structure was built as part of that effort. I'm really not the best at keeping my bike clean, so I need to replace the rear tire. Alright, let's press on. Next up on our itinerary here is the Dragon Gates. Oh, it's for sale. Check this thing out. Wow, that's pretty wild. So, apparently this was the handiwork of a Welsh family who bought this place and obviously went to town on the decor using the dragon motif, which of course is part of the Welsh flag. And this is the product of their imagination. And apparently the inside is as eccentric as you might imagine. Lots more wrought metal on the inside, and I don't know, mosaics and tile work and ceramics and crazy colors. And it's for sale. So if you're in the market for a super eccentric house in the Dublin suburbs, this could be your lucky day. This is Phoenix Park, northwest of Dublin. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but at the end of this month, October, I'm going to be running in the Dublin Marathon. That is a loop around the city, 42, 43 kilometers. And part of the route goes right along here. It's a long stretch of Phoenix Park. Ah, here it is. Oh, it even comes with a cat. Okay, I'm going to have to fill in the blanks on this one later because I know really nothing about this, other than it is called Ashtown Castle. This is a small medieval castle that was somehow built into the structure of a much larger mansion that was built later on. When they came to demolish the mansion, they opened it up, and kind of like a nesting doll, they discovered this whole castle built into the walls. They do tours here, so if you're ever in Phoenix Park, come check it out. See, where am I going next? Aha! So I'm here at the King's Inns. This is Ireland's oldest law school, I believe, dating back to the 1540s, if you can believe it. And here's another old thing, not quite as old. This is an 80-year-old plane tree. And as you can see, it's in the process of consuming this bench. They call it the hungry tree. Oh, it's even got some chains and stuff here. They've embedded in the tree. Yeah, I guess you can sit on it. Moving on with our magical mystery tour of the city of Dublin here in Ireland. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, go down there, take a second, and please hit subscribe. This is Moore Street.
Cigarettes, tobacco.
Nah, they want
Something over it.
they do it all the time.
Sunshine, my only sunshine.
Sorry, a little loud. All right, that was Moore Street. Always a lively experience. Next up, woo! This is deep in the belly of the beast here in Dublin. A real back alley. So that's the River Liffey, of course, running through the center of Dublin, crisscrossed by many bridges. It's the famous Halfpenny Bridge. We used to charge you a half penny, a halfpenny, to get across it back in the day. O'Connell Street. This is the Samuel Becket Bridge, made to resemble a harp, named for the esteemed Irish poet. Alright, I'm going to wrap up the video here as I ride to see the spectacular views out over the Irish Sea from here in Howth Head, north of Dublin. I really hope you liked the video. If you did, please go ahead and subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Cheers!